After a recent speaking engagement, I had a woman approach me. Actually, approach is too light of a word. She stood up out of her chair and made a beeline directly towards me. Before I could even take my microphone off, she looked me straight in the eye and she said, "I hate motivational speak." And before she could finish, instinctively, intuitively, I responded with something that I didn't even really know was in me, and I said, "Me too." And that actually really surprised me. Did I just agree with someone who said that they hate, and there were that many H's and A's, they hate motivational speakers? Aren't I a motivational speaker? Don't I have friends and colleagues who are also motivational speakers? What would draw me to instinctively say, yes, me too? So here's the deal. I don't hate motivational speakers, especially because up until recently, I have considered myself a motivational speaker. And I do believe that we are inundated and surrounded by so much negative news, so much stress and anxiety, especially in the workplace, that to have someone share their story, to have someone share their ideas in a positive, enlightening, humorous way, something to bring us this moment of joy, to spark us, to re-energize us, to revive us, that's absolutely critical and important to the business profession. But where I think I get caught up is the claims that many of my colleagues will make when they're giving a presentation. And again, I'm 100% guilty of this too. Claims like, "I will teach you to overcome," or "unlock your potential," or "transform your life," or "get new results immediately." These are pretty bold claims to make in an hour or an hour and a half talk. And even when I put them in my own marketing material, there's a sense of unease that I had, thinking, can I really deliver on this promise? Can I really transform somebody's life in 45 minutes to an hour and a half? Is my story, is my message, is my content really going to completely change the trajectory of a human being's life and the human beings of an entire organization? I'm aware that as a motivational speaker, I provide a burst of energy, a burst of joy. But what else does that burst do other than just give us a burst? And then I came across this very telling quotation. Here's what the quotation said. "A motivational speech pumps up the crowd for an hour, then dissipates as life gets back to normal. Motivation makes people feel good about themselves, maybe even inspired, but those feelings don't replace the default future that they're living into." Here, the authors are talking about how we change the future, how we transform ourselves to be the person that we get to be in order to maximize our truest potential. To reach the goals that we're going to reach, we can't do more of the same. We must change something drastically. And unfortunately, no burst of energy, no funny story, no silly acronym is going to transform someone's future in that moment. And here's a little side lesson. Much like the Force from Star Wars, there's a light side and a dark side to rhetoric and speaking. And unfortunately, I have seen many speakers use the dark side of rhetoric and persuasion to serve themselves rather than to serve their audience. They're using rhetorical and emotional clips, rhetorical tools to hook the audience to do their bidding instead of the other way around. Because a true speaker, a true leader, is there to serve and support. A true speaker, a true leader, is there to equip with the tools so that the audience members have what it takes to transform their lives. You see, it's not the speaker who transforms lives. The speaker is simply the match, the catalyst for the individuals to do that with their own lives. From my perspective, when I see a speaker, yes, I want them to be engaging. Yes, I want them to even be funny. But I don't want them to just give me a momentary burst of energy. I can find that in many other places in my life. I want them to deliver a message so impactful that a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years from when I saw them, their thoughts, their ideas are like an earworm. They're just stuck with me. And they are actually changing the way that I make decisions. That is transformative speaking. And yeah, it's fun. And yeah, it's necessary. Sometimes a team needs a good pre-game pep talk to get us all in the same mindset and the same approach so that we can go and crush our goals. But again, it's just a momentary burst. I, personally, would rather be less motivating and more impactful to my audience than less impactful and more motivating. Because I refuse to sell out on my audience. I refuse to give little quips and little stories to hook you and bring you in just so that I can feel good about the energy that I've transposed to you. I would much rather be seen as a less engaging speaker and really make an impact. Shake up your world. Be that catalyst to truly change the trajectory of where you are going so that you are not thinking about doing the things the same as you've always done. A motivational speaker isn't going to make you turn around 180. A motivational speaker is just going to give a very slight half-degree nudge. Very subtle, just enough to set you on a slightly different path than where you are. And when you apply the tools of a speaker, a true transformative speaker, and you feel empowered and confident to take ownership and autonomy of your own life and make the changes that you get to change based off of what they said, that is truly motivational. That is truly energizing and inspiring. Because I, as a speaker, can be the catalyst. I can be the source, but I cannot do it for you. I cannot actually give you motivation. I cannot actually transform your life. That is 100% up to you. And it is my role as the anti-motivational speaker to make sure that you are equipped to be able to do that. I would love for you to follow my journey as the anti-motivational speaker, so make sure that you hit subscribe and stay up to date for all content related to confidence, communication, and storytelling. And until next time, make sure that you catch yourself off of mute and keep speaking up your story. See you soon.